Okay guys, so in this video we are looking at a typical problem solving question, okay, involving division of fractions. So this is like a viral problem, okay, that I've been doing myself actually, and I came across this question, okay, when I was working with one of my students, so I thought I'd make a video on it, okay. It did take like a day to get to the answer, but I finally did do it, so I'm going to avoid the embarrassment and admit that it took me about 24 hours to work out the answer, but I did get it. Okay, so this is the question, guys. Given that the answer is equal to 6/5, fill in the gaps. So 5 divided by something, so 5 over something divided by 3 over something is equal to 1 and 1/5. Okay, and we are asked to fill in the gaps. Okay, so work out the numbers which are represented by the question mark. So pause the video, have a go. Okay, if you're not even sure where to start yet, my advice would be to use the rules of fractions and introduce some letters and some algebra, and hopefully that will help you get to the answer. So pause the video, have a go at this question, give it a best shot, okay, give it a go, and then come back and press play, okay, and check your answers with me. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to put in some letters. I'm going to say 5 over x divided by 3 over y is equal to 1 and 1/5. Now, are we happy, guys, that I can write 1 and 1/5 as 6/5 as a top-heavy fraction? Okay, so the 6 has come from 5 times 1. So I'll multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then I'm just going to add. Okay, it looks like an add there, but it should be a times. Okay, so 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 1 I get 6. Okay, so you times the denominator by the whole number, and then you add your answer to the numerator. Okay, so it should be a times there, like that. Okay, so the rules of fractions state I keep the first fraction, I flip the second, and then I'm going to change it to a multiplication. So it should be a y there, not a 5. Sorry, it should be a y there. So y over 3, okay, is equal to 6/5. Okay, so here I'm going to have 5 times y is going to be 5y. So 5y is equal to 6. Okay, and the next times 3 has to equal 5. So I've formed some linear equations that I can now solve. So solving the top equation, dividing top and bottom by 5, I get y is equal to 6/5. Okay, or 1.2. Okay, this is going to be important later on. Okay, this one I'm going to divide top and bottom by 3, and I'm going to get x is equal to 5/3. So hopefully you are with me so far, guys. I'm now going to substitute these back into here. So I'm going to have 5 all over 5/3 divided by 3 over 1.2. Okay, and I'm going to do a bit of rearranging here to make our lives a bit easier. So here I can times top and bottom of this fraction by 3 to get rid of this fraction on my denominator. So 5 times 3 is going to be 15, so I get 15 over 5. Okay, and then I'm going to put this division. Now I'm going to times top and bottom of this fraction by 10, so I don't have a decimal point, so I get 30 out of 12. It's still the same fraction, the fraction hasn't changed. I've just multiplied top and bottom by 10 to make it into an equivalent fraction without any decimals, and here I've multiplied top and bottom by 3, okay, in order to get rid of that denominator of this part of my fraction. Okay, so the 5 is kept there, and then I get 5 lots of 3, which is going to be 15. Now, working this out, guys, 15/5 divided by 30 over 12. Well, I'm going to keep the first fraction, flip the second, and then this is going to simplify to something, okay? So what I can now do is I can divide top and bottom by 15. So I get 1 and I get 2 here. 12 divided by 2 is going to be 6. So I get 1/5 multiplied by 6. Okay, 1/5 times 6. So timesing a whole number by a fraction, I just multiply the whole number by the numerator and keep the denominator the same. So I get the answer of 6/5. Okay, which is equal to 1 1/5. Okay, so that's how we solve, okay, a fraction if you're given the answer and you're asked to work backwards. So I introduced some letters, I followed the maths through by keep, flip, change. So keep the first fraction, you flip the second, so take the reciprocal of the second fraction and then change the division to a times, and then multiplying fractions, all I do is just times the numerators together times the denominators together. Okay, and then make it equal to the fraction on the right hand side. Form your two equations, you solve your two equations, you then substitute in your x and y values back into the original sum. Okay, you simplify where possible by doing a bit of rearranging. Okay, and then you work out your answer and you get 6/5 or 1 1/5. Okay, so the question mark here, if you're interested, so there is going to be 5/3. Okay, and then here is going to be 1.2. Okay, or 6/5. Okay, the reason why I couldn't write this as a decimal is because 5/3 is actually a reoccurring decimal, so that's why I couldn't write that. Okay, had it not been reoccurring, then I could have actually dealt with that in a slightly different way. Okay, but because it was reoccurring, I didn't have any choice but to leave it as a reoccurring, a top-heavy fraction. Whereas this one, I got a terminating decimal. Okay, a terminating fraction, which gave me my answer. Okay, so there is your answer to this like viral problem involving division of fractions. So I hope you found this interesting, I hope you found it useful. Okay, this is like a typical problem solving exam style question that they will start to introduce, okay, in your GCSEs or even your 11+ maths, okay, or even key stage 3 assessments. Okay, this will be useful knowledge, okay, for problem solving questions, okay, for GCSE foundation and higher, and even for GCSE further maths as well. Okay, so I sincerely hope you found this interesting, I hope you found it useful and informative, I hope you learned something new in terms of a problem solving skill. Okay, if you'd like more of these videos, then please do let me know. Okay, I've got plenty more questions to have a look at involving problem solving questions. Okay, but thank you so much for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button, like the video, okay, put it in the comment section. Okay, let me know if you got the answer before you watch the video, okay, and let me know what other problem-solving questions you'd like to see for GCSE style maths, okay, for the foundation and for the higher tier, okay. But that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Okay, bye for now.